thought, certain hatred. If somebody did wrong to you, you never forget that person, right? Until you die, you never forget. Especially a bad one, you become fall. You just carry it all the time. Sometimes it shows as a nightmare. Isn't it correct? So actually you are carrying it. Now this man, after 20 years of this, with the question, what did he mean? He had some kind of awakening. And that was the content of the enlightenment was that people carry a lot of things, not on their back, but in their mind. If you are attached to somebody, you are also carrying it. And of course, married people, throughout their life, that's why it's called karma. Okay, karma. The husband and wife, they carry throughout. You know? Carry. It's burden, you know that? Burden. Fighting very often. Among so many millions or billions of people, husband and wife, the closest, they fight most. And someone said, if you don't fight, there's no meaning in married life. Is that correct? If you don't fight, the life is dull, so you have to fight and make it up like that. Now, in Seoul, during the Korean War, 1950, and after that, the Incheon International Airport, Incheon, that's the city where there's a brewer. He had a brewer, you know, the brewery, the liquor, right, brewery, and he was rich. And he, with his friends, because he has a lot of money, you know, took a picnic to a mountain area with a lot of food and drink, and you know, and sometimes they carry a drum, the beating the drum, the singing, dancing, and they have a good time. You understand, right? Fun, a lot of fun. So he enjoyed the whole day with his friends. And then he heard that in the valley there's enlightened Buddhist monk of no mind. So I told you no mind, right? He was known as the enlightened master of no mind. No mind. So he said, since we ate well and you know, had a good time, why don't we go there and meet him? You know, he is on top of the mountain. So everybody agreed, okay, let's go. And about 20 people, some of them are a little older, and most of them like middle age, like 40, 45, and so on. Humming with how do you say 콧노래? You know, how do you say in English? Humming? Yeah, singing, humming. Yeah. You know, but the mountain trail was not easy one, very steep. Okay, so sometimes they walked, zigzag, and so on. And somebody said, one of the 20, wow, you know, enlightened Buddhist master. When we hear him, he must be with a silver beard, long silver beard, okay? And his robe, now I'm wearing one of them, the robe will be waving above the clouds. Can you imagine that? When people hear the enlightened Buddhist master monk, they imagine, you know, the master should be wearing with a silver, you call silver beard, right? We say white beard. You say gray hair, we say white hair. You know, long gray, and with a robe of the master. His what is called the sleeves will be waving, you know, among the or above the clouds. They hear that. So wouldn't he be like that? Oh yeah, excited to meet one of the master, okay? And if there's such a one, he can help us climb the mountain easier, half complaint and so on. And somebody said, if your expectation is too great, your disappointment will be as much as great. So don't expect too much. Shut up and let's go. And while they're walking almost the top of the mountain, there was a man with shabby clothes with patches, and instead of the silver beard is like a hog's hair, like that. And he didn't wash his face maybe for a week. You can see, okay? And he was splitting the firewood with the axe. With what is called 띠머리를 뭐라고 하죠? 머리. Headband, okay? You see, words are going away because I'm getting old. Headband. The headband. And his hair was like a bush, very unlike enlightened master. He was the only one. And this guy said, actually, is there a temple around here? And the man said, there's no monk. Where could there be a temple? And then he looked at them, we heard there is an enlightened Buddhist master living here. Enlightened Buddhist master? Forget it. There ain't such a enlightened Buddhist master. Why would such an enlightened Buddhist master live in this valley of the mountain? Okay, there ain't any. You excuse me, my word ain't, right? I lived in America too long, over 40 years. Now, don't make it, nonsense. Get lost, get home before the sunset go, because there are the communist rebellions. Partisan. We heard that the word partisan is a Russian word. Those resistance movement against the UN and South Korean army. If they come, they will kill you. So before it gets dark, you go back. And he continued spreading the firewood. But these guys looked around, but there is no temple. And said, oh, there cannot be any temple. Let's go back. They shouted and they simply returned. And the guys were complaining about it. Where is the enlightened Buddhist master? Where is the temple? You fooled us. You have to pay for that. And when they came down, the someone who told them there is a enlightened Buddhist master said, well, that man with the shabby clothes, with patches and ugly-looking man is really the enlightened one. Okay, enlightened the Buddhist monk. You have only dog eyes. The eyeballs of the dog's eyeballs. So even if there was the great enlightened master, you couldn't see it because your eyes are only eyes of the dog, eyeballs. Are you following me? You couldn't see it. There was the really enlightened one. And so these guys just came in, and then we wasted about 8 kilometers going up, 4 kilometers coming down. It's about less than 4 kilometers is like less than 3 miles. Well, if he